But here we are at the Powell Street Station. And let's see, this is looks like one of the escalators is out. Just got out of the county jail, need some money. So anyhow, we're gonna have to walk up the stairs over here. If you are inside the chat, let me know. Everything's working and everything. Hold on. Boom. So, I intended to start this a lot earlier, but I did a stream over on YouTube, and you know, I was riding the Elf, had to fuel back up for another adventure. But look, right here, boom, the cable car turnaround. And that right there is the cable car. And there's another one right up over there.
You saw Donald, huh?
So look,
You saw Donald, huh?
this is what everybody comes to see. The cabled car turning around. I'm just gonna chill out here and wait until I see that there's some people here inside the chat room, and then I'll continue on my way.
No, I gotta take him out
So, let it be known if you're here. And if I don't get any messages, that would be no bueno. Yeah, switch to the wide angle. Alright, there it goes, and there's all the people waiting to get on. Okay, so let's continue. Boom. Okay, I got some kind of message. I think maybe now we're finally live. Streamland. Okay. Like I said, let me know if you guys are inside the in the chat, because right now I feel like Major Tom. You know. Let me just chill out over here and seriously wait until somebody pops in here. I guess another reason why no one's popping in, I switched the category from just chatting to travel and outdoors. Well, look at that, that's pretty cool. Okay, Dirt Bike 450R, where's Carlos? Carlos is at home. Carlos is still struggling to try to get some money for rent. So if you guys need some cleaning, he's your man. What's up, Numbers? What's going on? Hi, Logan. Yeah, Endless Walkers SF, that's Carlos. That's right. So, he suggested that I go to South of Market. So, I am going to try to go to South of Market. And that way I don't kind of give stuff to people who I've already given to multiple times before as I retread the same area. So, glad to have you guys all here. Glad to have you, Dirt Bike 450R. I would like to do more stuff with Carlos, but you know, I mean, I would like to shoot the documentary. I would like to do some streams, but you know, he's just he'd be too stressed out for that kind of stuff. Look at these bicyclists coming by. Norge Pav. What's going on? How did you like the stream earlier today, Norge? Was it good? Was it no good? Need improvement? Oh, hold on. I think we found a prime candidate for a few socks. Hey there, buddy. You need some socks?
Yes, I do.
All right, here you go. You like black?
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
You know what they say.
What is it?
Well, once you get those, you're not going back.
Oh, yeah?
There you go. No problem. Yeah, buddy. You streamed earlier? I didn't get any notifications. So that was through YouTube. I figured Oh wait, I just covered it with chat. Whoever is now following, why is that okay, dang it. I just missed who it said was following. Somebody in the chat know me. Tell me. The chat is like going, whoa, for me across, so it was completely obstructing it. I need to fix that following icon, by the way. But thank you to the person who is now following me. So let's go off and see who else I can be given some stuff. It was pretty good. Didn't watch all of it because I went biking. Yeah. So you're welcome. Thank you, Ghost Dinosaur. Oh, and let me make sure all my volume is up just in case anybody wants to do text to speech or anything else like that. That way it just blasts out. All right. So here we go. Hey, buddy. Need some socks? Socks? Okay. There you go, buddy. Oh, here's another person. Hey, sir, you need some socks? There, fresh, brand new. No problem. How long you been in SF?
About 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah.
Oh, where are you off to now?
I'm just walking around. I got some spray driven trailers and stuff. I see
Okay.
your camera. I'm showing
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
bigger than me. Put up those shirts. Yeah.
yeah. I used to be homeless myself.
Oh, right on. Yeah, $8. Yeah, like it is. Yeah, I still do what I do. Yeah. I'm not a nice guy too.
Okay.
Yeah, I still kind of jump into it. Actually, key for stuff. The lighter won't light twice.
What was that?
The lighter won't light twice. So.
Okay. What's that you got over here?
Oh, this?
A stethoscope. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's my sheet over there. Hide that.
Yeah.
I trade candy for what they call meth.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I know the lighter won't light twice, but it's still kind of risky in some ways. So, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not lighting your camera either.
All right.
Yeah, I kind of see you in the eyes.
All right then.
I'm not lighting you. No perfection. I go through Yeah.
All right.
Like that. Okay.
All right then. Let me go over here. Okay. So it's interesting. He kind of wanted to talk, but then kind of didn't want to talk at the same time. So that's why I was saying, all right then. So if you guys couldn't hear him because of the music or because of how he's talking, he said that basically he sells stuff for meth, and I certainly believe it. Let me switch. There we go. All right, so we're gonna go to South of Market by a viewer's request. So I don't know if you guys like having the chat over inside here and the other stuff. Oh, it's reversed for you guys, right? So for you, the chat is over here, and the other stuff is up there. But you know, I went over and I was looking at a few other streams and seeing how they had things set up, and it sure seemed nicer when they actually had overlays. So you know, for me, it's not like I don't have those overlays. I always have them visible to me, but I wasn't sure if people would like that stuff being burned into the video. But once it's in there, there's no getting it out. So Ghost Dinosaur, you just happened upon me when you were going across the traveling? Or had you watched previously, or are you from YouTube? Because I did just do a YouTube video. Oh, there's a cement mixer right over here. So, oh, let me show you guys where I'm at right now. Boom. That is the Metreon. So I'm actually going to go down to Howard because I think there's going to be more homeless people down over there. And we'll see. Just enjoy the travel and outdoors category and found this street. Okay, cool. So good, you popped in super early on. So I'm kind of new here to Twitch. You know, my primary home was over on YouTube, but you know, YouTube YouTube doesn't like me talking about the homeless or to the homeless, and they regularly flag all my stuff. So figured let's try it over on Twitch. Yeah, buddy. Hold on. I was gonna. So the thing is, there's somebody behind me who was talking to himself. You gotta use your own judgment sometimes, because like a quarter of the homeless population is like severely mentally ill. So I mean, he was walking around talking like he was on a headset, but he wasn't. Anyhow, wow, this person. Genentech. Science is just the beginning of our innovation. Let's partner in doing more to give people the vision to life. Didn't they, was it them or was it somebody else who had, who had patented some DNA? That's kind of scary. So, Ghost Dinosaur, where are you from? Are you from the US? Are you from California? Bay Area? Are you familiar with San Francisco at all? I'm gonna be going around and giving out more socks to people who seem like they'd be relatively safe to interact with. Yeah. So, San Jose, never ventured. Hey, I'm from San Jose. Or, you know, that's one of the many places that I lived at. Boom, this is the Moscone Center, Moscone West. I wonder what's going on right now. But this is a huge convention center over here. Yeah, I have no idea. I believe this is where Google has their Google I/O, and you know, there's lots of other stuff. I think the Game Developers Conference, Alamo Sunday. What is going on? So right now, on my end at least, it doesn't look like you have a custom badge yet, but I made custom badges. I don't know how long the approval process is, but I just got affiliate recently, so like I said, still new to all of this. I was just looking, I heard a little rattle over there. There's San Francisco does have quite a few rodents. So where I am at right now, surprisingly for San Francisco, well, not so surprisingly, it's surprising if you're new to San Francisco how often you will see that you're walking down a street on a holiday with nobody on it downtown. Oh, actually, you know what? I used to work over here. I used to work at the California Academy of Sciences when it was located right across the street here. So over there's Burlington Coat Factory. I believe over here on Howard somewhere, maybe even 875 Howard, that it used to be the California Academy of Sciences. And then they went back to Golden Gate Park. But Ghost Dinosaur, where are you from in San Jose? South San Jose? East San Jose? I myself and Carlos are from, who is my foster brother essentially, are from South San Jose, you know?
Yeah.
Blossom Hill. So, around that area, by the Kaiser there. Went to Alex Anderson Elementary, and I went to Santa Teresa High School, amongst other schools. So, you know what? The South Market area. And if I am, it might be a little sketchy. So, west, close to Cupertino. One of my friends went to Santa Teresa, actually two. Okay. Yeah, I've been to probably like 18 schools growing up, and Santa Teresa was actually one of the better ones. So, I'm gonna go back up into the heart. So Carlos said that he always recommends me to go places like South of Market or 16th and Mission, and that I end up just doing my own thing. I going back over to downtown, and I guess he's right, because that's where I'm going.
Thanks for doing what you do.
Thank you, Alamo Sunday. Boom, you know what? I had a ticker set up to go along the bottom whenever anybody donates, but it was showing all the donations I've ever had. So that would actually need more setting up. But thank you, Alamo Sunday. I very much appreciate it. Okay. So, sorry if this is old resident sleeper content as I'm going back. Let me show you guys where I'm going. Look at that. that was them on the electric scooter ringing. They're going slow as hell. Anyhow. No one down this alleyway. I was thinking about going down there, but it's under a bridge, so I think it would cut out. Two on the scooter. Yeah, that's right. Hey there, buddy, you need some socks? There you go. Oh wait, that's one sock. There you go, that's two socks. No problem. Those are fresh, brand new, never used. You know, still should smell brand new. Fresh from the package, no problem. Yeah. So, these are the last of the socks that I have right now to give out. I bought like a huge supply of socks, and thanks to a viewer, I was able to buy them, and yeah, they will finally run out, and then on to the next adventure. I'm thinking about going back and getting, I had given out some like emergency whistles. I may go back to doing that again, because I talked last stream, I think here, I talked to a woman who, you know, was turning tricks, and she said, you know, she basically had to just stay where she was. If she tried to sleep out on her own, she would wake up with somebody on top of her, and she'd be yelling and screaming, and no one would come to help her. So it's dark over here in the city. But, you know. So, we are not that far from downtown again, from Market Street, which I really consider the vein that goes downtown San Francisco. That actually is Nordstrom's right over there, which is part of the Westfield Mall.
Go buy smack with this.
I don't want to buy smack. I gotta think of something else to buy. What is a legal alternative that you would approve of, Norge? I realized I always was calling you Norgie. You said it's G like George, but I think it's probably you're trying to say it's Norge Pab, right? So Norge Pab, what would be an acceptable alternative to buying smack? Oh, and thank you very much, by the way. You know, I'm doing like the with the monk hands, but I only have one hand because the other one's on the gimbal. Meth. I said legal. That's the problem, Norge. Hey, you want to see if those police are still in the same spot, doing nothing like last time? Oh, they're gone. Yeah. Last stream when I was talking, I'm still like kind of blown away by how little the cops did when I was trying to file a missing persons report. They completely did not care. They probably would be more helpful if I went up to them and said, hey, a subscriber was asking where to buy meth, where should they go? So, should I just go up and down my old regular path? The problem is that up past Civic Center this way gets pretty dangerous. And down that way, I always go. So that's the question. Salvia divinorum. So, diviner sage. You know what? We have some. I never have actually gotten high off of it, but I have tasted some tea by it. That stuff is super bitter. But I know people who have had lots of experience with that stuff before. I've seen it firsthand, and yeah, that stuff's no joke. Please go to the Tenderloin. Oh, but that always ruins the stream. All right. Well, this is gonna be. I should tell you guys now that this is gonna be a pretty short stream because my wife is going back to work tomorrow. So I'm gonna spend all day, you know, basically the rest of my life from this point on is gonna be watching the children while she works. So we're gonna have to see how everything works out to see what the stream schedule is gonna be like past this point. But I need to go to end the stream early to prepare for the catastrophe that will be tomorrow. So, because I'm going in the Tenderloin, I'm going to be having the camera on myself for the most part, just for safety's sake. And then I'm sure I'm going to get skittish for the rest of the stream and not record myself. So, Norwich Pat, because you donated 20 bucks, I will risk life and limb and go on the edge of the Tenderloin and then chicken out and then the rest of the stream walk like I'm paranoid. So. Yeah, buddy. So, if it's torture, don't do it. No, it's just it's not torture. It's just risking death. So, here we are walking into the Tenderloin. Whoop. At night. So, I don't know how many socks I'm going to be giving out over here. You know what? I think on behalf of everyone else, I think I'm not going to ruin this stream by scaring the crap out of myself here in the Tenderloin. But I am here. You know, that place over there is where a lot of people like to hang out and shoot up and do all that other stuff. But I think it would seriously impact the flow. Norwich Path, good choice. Thank you. I'm glad you agree. You know, if daylight is out, it wouldn't be so bad. But hold on. Let me see these people over here if they would like a little something. Oh, by the way, I never saw the money go in the little tip jar. I got a tip jar in the corner. You guys need some socks? Socks? Alright, here you go. You raise your hand first?
Hey.
Okay, I'll get you socks.
Like
Okay.
that.
Boom.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Champs in the sky.
There you go.
I appreciate your heart. Sir.
No problem. I'll get you some too, don't worry about it. Let's see. It's a random grab bag here. Here you go. Whoa. Oh, sorry about that.
It's called Lucy Doocy.
Lucy Doocy. How long you guys been out here in San Francisco?
I've been living here my whole life. I'm 60 years old.
Your whole life. How long you been out here on the streets?
I ain't been on the streets.
Oh.
I just be going to figure out my phone like you.
Sure, sure. Yeah.
You know?
30 years? What happened? Why'd you first come out here on the streets?
My husband got sick.
Your mom got sick? Is that?
husband got
Oh, your
sick.
husband. Okay.
Got sick.
Okay. And you relied on him?
That's what you get.
Yeah. And- yeah.
So then in the Boston Hotel.
Okay.
And the little rats.
It was the ugly shit.
Yeah. Good.
Is that the camera?
Yeah, yeah. I used to be homeless, so I talked to people out on the
Hey,
street.
look here.
Okay.
Now, look, when you do something with the camera,
Yeah.
you started out with the title. This is what it's like.
Okay.
Have you ever understood that? This is what it's like.
This is what it's like living out on the streets.
No,
Right? Or just this is what it's like. That's it. Okay.
Because the person that respond to you, what it's like
Yeah.
me, life is good to motherfucker.
Yeah. What's that? What time it is? It is 7:11. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you like 7-Eleven store. I'm gonna go back to you while I'm saying that.
Yeah.
This is what it's like.
Okay.
Because you always got to give a Jimmo.
I always got to give a what?
You got to give a Jimmo.
Okay.
Jimmo is inspired.
Okay.
Me, I'm 60 years old.
Yeah.
My birthday on New Year's. I'm a happy person.
Okay, that's good.
That's why
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing. I don't have nothing.
Yeah.
But now, they are nothing less than me. I'm nothing greater than them.
Yeah.
Why?
Why's that?
You above 6 feet and living life is good, young man.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck where you from. Anywhere in the world, you got the same damn code. Above 6 feet, I'm on your living.
There you go. All right then, buddy.
Okay, good man. Thank you.
All right, no problem. All right. BB, BBB, LLL, PPP, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Triple B, Triple L, Triple P. So, I'm gonna be streaming here for probably about another hour. That was over in the Tenderloin. Normally I like to talk to people one-on-one, but over there was, you know, it's a little bit too sketchy, even on the outskirts of the Tenderloin. And yeah. So anyhow, I'm off on my way. Actually, it's nice giving out these socks because my cargo pants are like stuffed. So it really is nice to unload these socks. NordGPad. Oh, wait, like, yeah, be careful. Okay. NordGPad, Lee, do you think a universal basic income would affect the homeless? Do you think their money should be handled by a third party? So, actually, now this is kind of controversial, but the best alternative that I've heard of, or the best sort of solution, is was conservatorship. You know, basically, which would be essentially taking away their rights and putting them in the facility, cleaning them up, and trying to like rehab them and reintegrate them into society. The problem with that is that it would be run probably by the San Francisco Public Health Department, and they've shown themselves to be incredibly incompetent. So, I mean, for example, there's people who are mentally ill who are in prison, who are awaiting beds, or who were awaiting beds, which they were entitled to, they were supposed to go to, and they're only being held, like their sentences were already up, and they're just being held until a bed opened up. There is one case where someone was waiting 8 months for a bed to open up. And it turned out the bed was open the entire time. The whole 8 months that he was there, the bed was open, and they just forgot about him. They didn't care about him. And so the people from the SF department problem, you're gonna have to have, I think right now what we're doing is rounding all the, okay, my daughter is now interning for the mental health court in Seattle. Oh yeah, for those that don't know, Tia Julietta is my aunt, Aunt Julietta. So yeah, that's good to hear. But moving back to what to do here. Only one at the city level? That's ridiculous. It literally is the mental health. Oh boy. Anyhow, so yeah, giving UBI a third party is a slippery slope. I wouldn't want anyone deciding that I am unfit to handle my own UBI. Only one at the city level in the nation. Okay. But really, I think what we're doing right now is just like grabbing people off of the street and putting them someplace, like in like shelters, or in these navigation centers or SROs, and you're making little ghettos. You're making ghettos of mentally ill. Okay, BBLLPP, thank you for following. So yeah, you're making these little concentrated ghettos, and it's dangerous. You know, I talk to people out here on the street. I talk to Nate, who talks about being terrorized in his own hallway, trying to get to his room. So I'm always reminded of this. I think, I'm not sure if he was a behavioral scientist or a neurologist. I think he was a neurologist who was out studying baboons. And they found that, like, you know, baboons are pretty vicious animals. because you know they got to compete for food. There were some baboons that were living over by a dumpster where food was plentiful, and they actually were no longer violent and vicious. God bless you and stay safe. You were my follow. Thank you, BBLLPB. They were no longer vicious, and you know, like the females would be more gregarious with the males, and the males wouldn't be fighting, and so they're much gentler baboons. But the other baboons who were not in that area were still savage baboons. There was a baboon that wandered off from a local group of just normal savage baboons and went over to these nicer, gentler ones. And went over, was quarrelsome, was biting him, trying to fight with them. But eventually, living there for long enough, and the females were being gregarious with him, he became gentle himself. And so, I don't know, I just sort of took that as a lesson that people should be dispersed. If you were to, there's a problem here with people who are on drugs and suffering other issues. You shouldn't be putting them all in one spot and just concentrating the problem. You should be dispersing it where they're around positive influences, where they're not like around what got them in trouble in the first place. So, I don't agree with what's going on right now. I feel like right now, everybody's so focused on housing the homeless, they're not thinking about why people are homeless. I mean, I think that it's a problem that needs to be solved at the root cause of homelessness. And the root cause of homelessness are, well, I mean, there's a few, right? There's, I guess the real root would be people who are getting traumatized as children. People who are getting beaten, molested, all this other stuff. They grow up and they are damaged. They're damaged people. And they're looking for a way out. Before they even hit adulthood, they will start doing drugs and start doing other things. For those that are new, I myself had a pretty traumatic upbringing, and I was raised in the foster care system, and I was homeless at 18 because I was aged out of the foster care system. But, you know, because I didn't succumb to drugs, I was able to get back out on my feet. However, virtually everyone that I knew who went through the system with me succumbed to drugs because, like I said, everybody's messed up. They need to solve the foster care system first and foremost, and get rid of the flow of kids growing up and being dumped out on the streets. I looked at some statistics today. I think like 500,000 people are homeless right now in San Francisco, maybe a bit more. What's crazy about that is that 250,000 foster kids become homeless every year. That means half of the homeless population are from the foster care system. So that is deplorable. That is the first order of business would be taking care of that. Second order of business would be cleaning up the drug problem. That's sort of later downstream. The people who are hooked on drugs are not people who had awesome families, as much as they want to tell you that. I had the perfect childhood. I've talked to people out on the streets who insist they had the perfect childhood, they had a family that loved them, and then I go investigate it, and actually their father left them, and their stepfather would beat them up to the point where their heads cracked open and they're bleeding all over the place. So that's not the perfect family. Like I said, a normal person would not be sticking heroin or popping meth under their skin, you know? So that would be another thing. Lee for mayor. But again, the further upstream you go, the more difficult it becomes. People who are already homeless out here on the streets, I mean, you can almost guarantee that they're not going to be coming back to normal. Norgy Pap, do you think that the unconditional UBI would help 18-year-olds fresh out of foster care? So the problem is when you hit 18, they throw your ass out on the streets, and they don't give you anything. I mean, they didn't give me anything. They gave me the boot. They threw my stuff in garbage bags and dumped me outside of a homeless shelter. So there should be, first of all, when you're inside the foster care system, they strip all your freedoms away. I spent a good portion of my life just sitting there in the living room looking at other kids inside the group home, just doing nothing. We weren't allowed to go out. We weren't allowed to do anything. So I was like a caged lion, all of a sudden just thrown out of the cage. You know, I spent probably a decade living out on my own without ever filing taxes because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just thrown out there on my own, struggling to survive. Hi there. But what was I gonna say? So no, there needs to be like a game plan. There needs to be like a set of steps that you're like progressing through. Maybe for you guys it's reversed. That you guys are like kids that are being funneled through and they're being educated. They're getting jobs and internships and living, like paying rent and these other things where there's like a smooth transition to where they go out. Okay, give more free socks, please. I will give more free socks, BBLLPP. Hi there. This person right here just wandered up to me. I think I tried to give her socks before, but she wasn't interested last time. I'm not sure if she speaks, but she was wandering up to me as I was talking. So yeah, I don't think stripping people, kids of their freedom. I mean, it wouldn't be too different from what they lived through already. Something to give a person hope. I just think that kids should not be just stripped of all of their freedom and then just dumped someplace. There really needs to be a support system. But like I've said before, like it seems like it's getting worse and not better for kids who are in the system, because those kids who are in the system now, they don't even have a shelter to go back to as a home base. They're getting rid of the children's shelter. Hopefully that's just at the local level, but it just sounds even crazier nowadays. So BBLLPP, I will look for more people to give socks out to, but I'm trying to be selective. Roadkill Gourmet, would you consider that homelessness is one manifestation of PTSD? So here's what's interesting. Thank you, Heart. You're welcome, BBLPP. Be patient. So hold on. Excuse me. Sir, would you like some socks? Socks? There you go. Okay, so Roadkill Gourmet. So I said that half of the kids that become that age out of the system become so half of the kids that age out of the system become homeless. Half of those have PTSD. Whoa, you probably made his day. I don't know. He seemed kind of questioning what it is. Hold on. Would you like some socks?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go.
I'm doing great.
There you go. Where are you from? From Alaska. It's pretty far.
Well, follow me.
All right. What brings you to San Francisco?
I just told you what fun was.
I know. What brings you here? Why'd you come here?
Rather repeat myself.
All right.
Just come with me. I usually do this stuff.
What's that?
Frostbitten hands.
Frostbitten hands. Yeah. All right
I
then.
have one. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a backup.
We'll walk up.
I'm gonna be heading over this way.
I knew that.
Yeah.
So
So
if you want to learn about it, I'll show you right now. Come back this way. Laughter shits madness. Don't worry. Not everything. I'll show you.
this is worse than what? All right. I'll just be quiet then. All right. What's that? What are you gonna show me? Here, I'll wait over here. What's up? What's up? What's going on? Why am I Buster? All right. All right. One of your tricks from Anchorage, Alaska?
No, that's not what I said.
Oh, it's kind of hard to hear you though, because it's kind of noisy around here. Those are some pretty cool glasses you got. Will you show me how you roll them down?
No, I'm not showing you how to do this.
No. You don't got a place to stay? I couldn't hear that. What was that? Your feet are what? Swollen. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Oh, your glasses are about to fly off. All right.
You wish upon a star, kid. Just roll the feet.
All right.
Just roll the feet, Russell.
Okay.
It's just cold.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, now that you're double socking it, your feet aren't fitting in too well.
Yeah, because
Okay. Is that
shoulder bone.
shoulder bone? All right then. All right, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Look, let me
Yeah.
see your screen to your
Okay.
phone.
Boom. What, you want me to flip it around?
Yeah, I need
There
to
we
see
go.
that funky thing.
What's going on?
My goodness.
Okay, you want to look at them? Go ahead.
They look that color, but they're actually words like that. Thank you for your glasses.
No problem. There we go. So back on a new adventure. I don't know about you guys, but that one was pretty creepy. That was cool as fuck, to be honest. Okay, yeah. Well, you know what? It was like a thriller. It was like in Zodiac when he's trying to figure out who was the serial killer, and he goes into the guy's house. Like he goes into one of the people's houses, and he thinks that that's the person. Like this is the person, you know. And he's starting to get that realization, and he's starting to try to get out of there while he can. And then the guy's right there in the way at the door, and it becomes real tense. You're like, oh, and the guy slowly opens the door and lets him out of there. So, you know, the whole time he's like, yeah, let me show you. I'ma show you. All right. And then, so he was saying stuff. I couldn't hear what he was saying. That's why I kept asking, like, what was that? He said, I'm not going to repeat myself. I said, okay. And then, yeah. Oh, they're like, yeah, he kept saying, like, listen, Buster, I'm not going to repeat myself. Let me show you how it is. I said, all right. And so I was sitting there waiting. And I guess, you know, I think that person had a bit of facial hair, but I think it was a little bit of, I think that was actually a woman, because looked like a woman to me. Also was saying like, I'm not a whore. And let me show you. And so she was putting the socks on over her other socks and put the feet in there. And I was like, oh, you're double socking it. I said, is that a trick you learned from Alaska? No, it's because of that earthquake. So, anyhow, obviously that person was severely mentally ill, but it's not a surprise because a very good portion of those homeless are. What are the cat attacks? See, I'm new to Twitch. I don't know what that emoji is. Lowly, I'm dying from those impersonations. That's what, you know what the difference is between my impersonation and reality? The reality is you wouldn't be hearing it, you know? It would be like this. You know? Just like the wind would be blowing off whatever is being said. So the person was going through like the shoe. I was like, all right. I always get scared when someone says, let me show you. I feel like, okay, this is getting a little sketchy. I was looking to see if the needle was going to come out of there or something else. But yeah, she was like, you see, my leg is swollen. I said, oh, I see. And now you know. Okay. Are you not afraid to do things like this? Do you do things like this often? Well, listen, if I wasn't afraid, I wouldn't be referencing things like the Zodiac Killer. You know? Yeah, I have had some scary encounters before. I got chased out of the Tenderloin. That's why I was kind of sketchy about going to the Tenderloin. Cat attack. The voice, oh my god. Could you guys hear him at all? Because I was struggling to hear him. The voice actually isn't that different from the Cookie Monster. You know, like Cookie Monster had the wrong kind of cookie and it was out here on the streets. Okay, a little bit. So now I'm just kind of wandering off. Ooh. I don't know if it was tense on camera. I didn't want to have that person directly on camera because I didn't know what was going to happen. Cat attack, you're cracking up. Yeah. I was thinking, oh no. Yeah. You never know. You never know where it's gonna go. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's same. Don't follow him. Yeah, I was like, all right. You want to go that way? I gotta go the other way. You know. And then she was like, I know you go that way. Here, we'll go. You know. So she was taking me over that way too. I was like, oh, I can't dodge. I don't want to have to run away. Anyhow, I am drifting on down. Reminds me of the Grouch clip on SNL last week. Oh, we got another one. Hold on. So, I am going to... That wasn't a her. You know, it was. Oh, he went back again. There's this guy wearing a blazer and no shirt. Certainly looks like he could use some socks. You need some socks, buddy?
Yeah, thanks.
Here you go.
I have a job. Okay, what's that? Do you? Oh.
Well, there you go. So, just your average night here in San Francisco. Kappa. Oops, oh crap, danger, Will Robinson. That's the gimbal going wild. Malfunction. There we go. So, he's gonna notice you and chase you or something. I don't think he was noticing much. Full moon? Is it full moon? You know, the last stream was a little bit of a crazy stream. All right. So. Look at this. My deli. What is up? It is Lee's channel in front of Lee's Deli. I should get a discount. But hey, it's Lee's Deli. Get some free socks. I've given socks to people who are being in the process of being moved out of where they were hanging out at, or a T-shirt. Oh well, I'm not giving out a T-shirt. That's going to be a monthly thing. Not a every other day thing. So for you guys who are new from YouTube, is it kind of confusing to come over here to the channel, like when I'm out streaming, somebody else is actually here on my channel? I was concerned about that. So, what time is it? 7:43. Okay, I'm gonna have to wrap up here shortly. Probably in like 15-20 minutes. So, BBL LPP. It's a good thing you joined the stream early. Oh man, I like this stream. Well, you know what? The good news is that you followed. Unfortunately, like I said, I got to prepare for the wife going to work. I'm going to be the one staying home taking care of the children. So I got to be well prepared for it. But the good news is you followed, because I have been known to go on some wild, crazy streams that are supposed to be 1 hour and end up being 9 hours. So you could also go over to that YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube. It's free to subscribe at YouTube. I'll put some of my more wholesome content over there according to YouTube guidelines, which are very hidden and mysterious. You never know what exactly will get flagged or not flagged. Giving socks to the homeless, super dangerous. But you know, yeah. Let's see, I can tell I was here for a minute and it was crazy. Yeah. I want to give out all the socks today, so I may not even be giving to people who know that I'm giving it to them. Like this person right here. This person right here, asleep in front of the Montgomery station. They're gonna wake up with an extra pair of socks next to them. You know what? I'm not gonna give the black socks because you probably wouldn't know that those socks are there. I'll put some white socks there. And either this person uses it, or maybe somebody will take them who needs them a little bit more. There they go. There's some socks there for you, buddy. All right. So anyhow.
That's all.
I'm looking at this little tip jar I got over here, or for you guys over here. That tip jar is pretty greedy. I mean, I already got 25 bucks. You'd think it'd be a little bit more full than just that, or just that. What does it take to fill that stupid thing? I don't know, somebody recommended that I have a tip jar there, so I figured I'd try it out. Not sure if it's annoying or not, because for me, I got all kinds of other stuff. I got buttons that, like, I'll just show you my layout here. I got stop, mute, change the camera angle, obviously all the overlays you got. Why are you so transparent with your channel description? Should I not be? I feel like I'm not trans, but I feel like I'm pretty transparent overall. I feel like I'm pretty open. Like you could ask any question you want, and I'll go ahead and try to answer it. But I don't know. What should I do? What should I say? Is it no good? Some people, like try to keep everything about their lives secret. I personally, the tip jar is transparent, therefore hard to see. All right, good. Why are you so transparent with your channel description? So, yeah, I went through the foster care system, and there's a lot of kids in there who tried to hide that they were in group homes and stuff, and would say like, hey, yeah, if people ever ask, like we live in the same place, but we're brothers or whatever. You don't tell them, or they'd be like, yeah, if they see you, just pretend like you don't know me. Oh, is that a tip jar? Yeah, so that's every time somebody does a donation, there should be a little rattle in that, or I guess for you guys over here. But personally, I feel like if you try to hide something about yourself, it's gonna come out eventually, and it's only just gonna make you feel terrible when it does. If you are like completely open, then you're invulnerable. Nobody could hurt you. Everything is out. What are they gonna expose? So I have 138 IQ. No, that's not a picture of the turtleneck. This is this thing I'm wearing right now. It's the same thing. See, the collar just goes up like that. Yeah, I was just wearing my glasses. I'm wearing contacts right now. That's the main difference. And you know what's funny? So I had a really bad time with my little baby Lily when I had to go to the optometrist, and my wife had a little bit of an accident. Lily was screaming and crying, and I was the one taking care of her. I had my contacts in because that's what they wanted for the optometry visit, and so now she's kind of traumatized. If she sees me without my glasses on, she'll she'll start screaming and crying. So like I have to either wear sunglasses if I got my contacts when I'm around her, or just not wear contacts at home. I don't know. Oh, I know, just exaggerating for the joke. Oh, did I miss anything else? Okay, tip top NZ, New Zealand. It's definitely a good thing though if you're trying to spread awareness about that stuff. Okay, back. Oh, bless her. So let me see. I'm just wandering around here where I probably shouldn't be, but where am I now? Where in the world is Lee wandering off to? Can I go through gate 5? Am I not supposed to be here? Is this a hard hat area? Oh, this is a hard hat area. No unauthorized entry. Okay. Now Lee's going back to where he should be. I scream when I see myself in the mirror with my contacts in. Yeah, it's weird if you've been wearing glasses like for most of your life, you see yourself in the contacts, your eyes look so strange. But the problem is I have a really strong prescription. So like if I'm wearing my glasses, my eyes look tiny. Do you ever utilize or visit the Transbay Transit Center? You know what's interesting? I actually visited that place when it was closed. No. I used to go to the Greyhound Center back when that's what that was. But yeah. Let's get into that part of the stream where I'm like this. Whoa, shit. Something happened with that guy's scooter. Where I'm just wandering aimlessly. So let me go back to where civilization is. So no, I don't use that Transbay terminal. By the way, look at this. Construction continues. Yeah, it looks like they're mostly finished with the foundation. Hey look, they got a little hole for you to look through. Yeah, eventually this is going to be another piece of sky that's taken up by another giant building. What are the bits? Okay, so Julietta, over here, there's on Twitch they got a donation system, whereas you buy these bits, and every bit equals a penny. and so you could donate in. However, like if somebody does something you like, you give a few bits, and then wow, you see something on screen, and maybe the jar for me over here, for you over there, rattles a little bit and fills up a little bit. So a little bit different from YouTube. YouTube sells like super chats and stuff. So how Twitch makes its money is those bits cost a little bit more than a penny, and then Stingfinity, what is up? Chat, welcome Stingfinity. Hold on. Let's see. Over there's the sales, one of the, oh, that is the Salesforce Tower right there. Hey there, buddy. You need some, hey, I remember you.
Good guy, remember?
Yeah. You want some more socks?
I always need socks.
All right.
My foot always funky. Oh, man.
There you go.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Wow, what long nails you have.
Well, that's because I don't have time to cut them. Plus, they serve as a weapon at nighttime.
Sure.
It's just like right now, if you bigger than me and stronger than me, and if we got in a fight, I know that you could beat me.
Yeah.
But if I scratch you with my fingernail, you
Yeah.
will soon get caught.
And then I'll be a werewolf too.
Yeah, because fingernail will hold your DNA.
Yeah.
I can scratch you with my fingernail and turn my fingernail to state police and they'll find you.
Oh, sure.
If you're in the database. If you've been to a hospital, you've been to a prison, you've been to a jail in the past
Yeah.
4 or
If
5
I-
years, I got you.
I was giving out, so how often do people mess with you out here on the street?
It's getting really, really bad now because the idea that the homeless will start turning against each other around
Oh, sure.
throughout the country. It's just like a dog, for instance. You put a dog in the house, you never let him out, you never let him play, you never run.
Sure.
He'll get sick or he'll get angry. Start to want to bite everybody, okay?
Yeah.
And the same thing with these guys does. They even if they try to become good, they can't be good. Especially if they got a jailhouse record, prison record, even a military record can hurt them.
Yeah.
Okay? And if they get out here, you can't get a job, you can't
Yeah.
find nowhere to live, nobody supposed to like you,
Yeah.
what you expect. As Colorado said about the sex offenders, you done made a law saying that they can't live, they can't talk, they can't hunt, blah, blah, blah. So now this person cannot even wake up. What do you expect him to do in the streets?
Yeah.
He got to become animalistic. If he ain't, he's a fool, or he might just lay down and die.
Yeah.
That's why people commit suicide, when they give up, when they, oh, well, Jesus don't care about me, nobody don't care about me no more, boom, they commit suicide.
Yeah.
Or they do something really stupid and killing a bunch of people, which I ain't never heard of before until I growed up here.
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, we didn't kill a lot of people. If we got a beef in LA like that,
Yeah.
I just kill you. I wouldn't go in there and blow up the whole family and blow up the whole building just to get you. We didn't do that years ago.
Yeah.
Now today, that's a new kind of crime. We'll do that.
So I used to give out like these emergency whistles that people could use. if-
Chicago was beautiful. That was beautiful in Chicago.
Oh, is that something you would like again? If I gave you that, would you find that useful?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. I might order some because these are like the last bit of socks I got to give out, and then after
It's
that I'll
only
move
the
on.
problem is that people gonna abuse it.
Yeah. Then you're gonna hear whistling all night.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like right here. You got guys who, because there's only 3 of us here. We had 27 of us here.
Yeah.
Before they started this contract, we
Oh,
would sleep,
yeah.
we would sleep all the way down to the bank.
Yeah.
Okay, but them guys died. They're old. And we lost a lot of guys to the cemetery. And some went to jail, of course.
Sure.
And we down to only 3 of us left.
Yeah.
And we sleep here and everybody attack us.
Yeah.
The new security guard tried to get us up at 4 o'clock. He washed down 3 times a day. All this to try to make us move.
Sure.
And then you got
The police come by, throw away all your blankets and stuff.
now the police don't bother us too much no more because they don't see us so long.
Oh,
You know,
yeah. They're focused on downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got one guy, somebody came and put stuff all over the window. They didn't know it, but I stayed up all night cleaning the windows out here, so they would know what happened last night.
Yeah.
You have guys that come and piss on the corners and stuff. All they doing it on purpose to make us leave. Okay?
Yeah.
And then like, I look at everybody, I said, how are you gonna look if I send a letter to the mayor or to the governor and say you got 3 senior citizens half dead, who down there 70, 80 years old, they ain't on the sidewalk, and you trying your best to hurt them and get them off the sidewalk?
Yeah.
Does that make any sense? No.
You ever try to get into like SRO or anything like that? Housing?
A lot of that would be in trouble. That we found out that a lot of the programs you got to get into, you got to advertise yourself. You got to explore yourself.
Yeah.
I used to hang out on Alice Street just a little while ago. And
That's pretty sketchy
very
area.
dangerous.
Yeah.
And I had about 16 guys come and jump on me, okay, because I became popular in that area. So
Yeah.
they're gonna kill me now, okay? So that's why I don't go down there too much often no more. Okay? Everybody knows me, so if you do something, everybody gonna know who did it. Okay? So, but the guys already done threatened my life down there, okay? By coming down there, because I get lectured.
Yeah.
I give the girls hope. All the girls hug me down there. I give them hope, okay? Because I after those who want to commit suicide, to try to not commit suicide, hang out with me and Jesus, stuff like this, okay? And they are mad at me down there, and that's why I'm sleeping over here, so far away from Alice. Everybody's
Yeah.
well, you working on Alice, why are you sleeping way over here? Because the idea I've been hurt. I got my head busted open twice.
Oh, that's
Not
why
here.
it's wrapped up. Okay.
I got, see this?
Oh,
They
yeah.
hold my head and broke all my teeth at the bottom of my mouth. All this was caved in.
Oh, no.
It took like damn near half a year for my face to come back to normal. And it's still not, my sinuses are bleeding or damaged. And they wanted to go and fix it, but they said it might make me go blind. So I'm not going to mess with those.
Yeah.
Okay? I got stabbed in the back with a switchblade. Okay?
Yeah.
It's very, people don't see this out here.
Yeah.
And they look at homeless people as somebody you can kick into the sky.
Sure.
I have, even city employees is full of shit, some of them. I went to the bus to catch the bus to the license bureau because I don't got no ID. So I go to the bus driver, and 3 bus drivers lied to me that they didn't go to the license bureau. So when I did manage to get out to the license bureau, I still hung out about 2 hours, and all 3 buses came to the license bureau.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I stood on the corner one day with a workman jacket, fluorescent, green, enough to light up the whole city. And I called the cab, and the cab drove right by me. I called the lady. The lady said, "Do you see the cab?" I said, "Yeah, I waved at it when he went past." So
Yeah.
they told the cab to come back to get me. And when he came back and get me, I pulled out my bankroll and said, "Is this enough money, fool? No,
Yeah.
you judging me by my look, not how much money I got." Anybody know of an old man like this hanging around the street, unless he's mentally ill, he got SSI, a military benefit or something,
Sure.
you know? So why are you trying to treat him like he's some kind of bum who won't even feel low? Like you take a little boy, you call him a girl all the time. He pretty soon gonna feel like he's a sissy.
Yeah.
And this was going on out here. And now you got homeless people starting to attack homeless people.
Yeah. I was talking to a woman, actually, a girl who's prostitute now, turned tricks. She said she had to find a place to stay because when she was sleeping out on the sidewalk, she would wake up with somebody on top of her. She'd be screaming for help, and people would be watching.
We hear a report about guys who lost their wheelchair. They ain't lost their wheelchair. They are the guys who want something to put their stuff in like this.
Yeah.
They beat up the guy and throw him out and take his wheelchair.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
beat him up and takes his wheelchair.
I've seen people walking wheelchairs.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
like
they
walking
took it.
walkers. Yeah. And I've seen people walking strollers, and I wonder where those strollers come from too.
Yeah, they took him for somebody else
Yeah.
by force.
Yeah.
And then you got old guys out here sleeping on the street, and everybody attacking the old people.
Yeah.
Why you don't attack the young people? Why are you attacking the old? Look, man, if you come back in about an hour or two, the old man who sleep out here, he's 80 years old. The lady who sleeps here, she's gone 70 years old.
Ooh.
Me, I'm going 70 years old soon. It's 3 senior citizens, old folks, can't even walk. Why are you messing with us?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What happened to lead you to be out on the streets in the first place?
Well, a lot of reasons you get there on the street because one common people get in the street because they got a criminal record.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to live nowhere, not allowed to eat nowhere. The other one, you got a military record. They use that against you.
Yeah.
It's not for you, it's against you.
What about you yourself, though?
Oh, me? I've been on the streets for years.
Yeah.
I've been out in San Francisco 15 years on the streets.
Yeah.
I spend my time on working with people because I'm dying. I got medical problems up the ass. I got blood problems. I catch light strokes and stuff like this, and I don't know how long I got on this planet. So therefore, I spend my time in working with people as much as I can before I go.
But my question is like, how long? I mean, what led you to being homeless?
Or
Just being. Well, I mean.
I came from Michigan here
Yeah.
years ago. The rent here is one of the highest rent in the United States.
Yeah. But if you have SSI, you could be anywhere.
No, you can't.
Why not?
Rent here is $800 and $900.
No, I'm not talking about in San Francisco. I'm saying
Oh.
you could go in the middle of the country.
Oh yeah,
you buy a house.
But see now they don't rigged it up in the last 14 years now to stop you from doing that by putting a cap on Social Security. And also, right now, if I move from here and move to LA,
Yeah.
my income changed. It won't stay the same.
Oh, okay.
The SSI program had now rigged it to go against you because they went to making money off of you. They got up to 10 to 15 people making money off of you by being a client. They got people on welfare. I'm not even talking SSI. They got people on welfare go to the doctor more than the person who's working. Why? Because you're making money. I had one girl who get pregnant all the time. She liked to get pregnant. They had her in a clinic where they were actually taking a sonogram of her baby every 3 weeks. And I called the doctor and I said, is something wrong with her baby? They stopped calling her. They were making money off her going to the doctor.
Sure.
And this is what they're doing with all the homeless people. You got people making big money off of homeless people living on the streets. They're not trying to stop this.
Yeah, I feel the same thing. I feel it.
You see a sign that said East Coast, or East Cut?
Where's that
Up
at?
there in front of the building, in front of the new building, the sign that said East Cut. It's the East Cut area.
Okay.
In other words, they got different.
Oh yeah, the East Cut. I see that.
Okay, you got different people all over the city works like that. Okay, work
Yeah.
for the city.
Sure.
Okay, that unit alone just received $14 million grant. They got all these people receiving grants. The city of San Francisco have received $40 million grants for the homeless. But
Yeah.
your homeless are still sleeping on the streets.
It's getting worse.
Why?
Yeah.
Because the money goes to administration.
Yeah.
All these millions and billions of dollars you give the homeless, they get new trucks, new vans, new this, new that. They all get Cadillacs, they all get take trips, they all have weekend, and we sleep on the streets.
Yeah.
Okay? You got Social Security now to even put a cap on your Social Security growth. In other words, that if you get over $2,000 a month, you can lose your Social Security, be there your Social Security now. Okay?
Yeah.
You should be glad I got $2,000 a month. That's your problem.
Yeah.
But you don't want me to have $2,000 a month. You want me to have $50 a month. You got down near 50 of all your 50% out of 100%, 50% to 75% all new people client to Social Security now got payees. I got now if I went down if I was new and get on Social Security, they would ask me to go get a payee. I gotta give somebody my money for me to live.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Right now, if you go down to Social Security stand, down there, over half of the people now all gotta get payees. That don't make no sense. You hustling the poor.
Yeah.
And reason you hate Donald Trump so much, not because he's a thing against women, but you hate him so much because the idea he's finna run a check on that. He's a businessman. He's not a politician. And because he runs casinos and beauty pageants and stuff, now he's gonna tell you, where's the money at? For the last 15 years on the Democrat, you didn't care where the money at. I'm driving a Cadillac. I'm driving, going to Hawaii on this money. But now here come a president saying, wait a minute, where's the money? Now, oh, you bad president. You're good now. You don't supposed to do that. Richard Nixon ran into the same problem. Nixon jumped into the office and didn't know all this was going against the poor. And then he had a problem with Martin Luther King, he had a problem with John Lennon and all this stuff. And he got so foolish at the end, he said at his office on TV and took a paper and said, Vietnam War, I'm canceling it. He's the first president of the United States who said, on the order of the United States president, I hereby cancel the Vietnam War. And he walked around, why would you do that? What's wrong? Because they dang. You got soldiers putting on helmets and guns and going, what, on the job training? Okay, you're not going to boot camp. You're going, in other words, I give you a helmet and a gun, and next thing you go on a Navy ship. Where are you going? Oh, I'm going to on the job training, right? Getting a bullet fly at me? Man, they were bringing soldiers from Vietnam and body bags like it was candy. Nixon seen at the end, Nixon said, that's over. That's ridiculous, it's absurd. You know? And people are doing this. You're hustling off the poor, the undesirable. This country claimed to be the richest country in the world. This country claimed to have a Navy station, a Navy ship in every port of the world. This country built buildings and cities all over the world. So why you got homeless in the United States? This country had more homeless than what they call a ruined country from Ethiopia or somewhere.
Yeah.
But you think this bad? What did they want down to Denver? Denver was so bad down there, the government got in there so bad down there, they now walk around and ask the homeless, do you have a place to live? They really is.
Yeah.
And now they building wooden houses all over Denver, trying to get the homeless off the street. Because they know this is ridiculous. Okay? Go to a lot of your cities now, you got homeless all over the place, people, little kids and everything, but they missing their mamas and daddies. In some places they take away the kids from the parents because you are homeless. You can have no right to have a child because you're homeless. You should have an abortion because you're homeless. That's how they talking. Just like the bus driver and the cab driver did me. You got people doing that. I can go right now and stand in front of stores. And, oh, sir, you can't be standing in front of our store.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Denver got legal marijuana. I can go on one side of the street and smoke a joint, and the police just said, you can't smoke there. But I can go walk across the street with everybody who's nice and kind. Oh, you can smoke weed there. But if I walk across the street with the guys that are hostile to it, oh no, you can't smoke weed there. So now you got weed spots. In other words, that spot, you can't smoke weed in that spot, but you can walk over here and smoke weed in that spot. What gives?
Yeah.
What you doing, you making American prejudice within. This is why I was against all these new laws, because all your new laws, all they're doing is train American people to hate American people. In Michigan, 5 prisoners killed an inmate in the jail because of the nature of the crime.
Yeah.
And you know what the judge told these fools?
What he said?
You are in, he said, you are in prison for narcotics. That means you could have been going home for Christmas. But in federal law, because you kill a prisoner while in custody, you now will serve life in prison. So now, since you don't like the guy crime, now you're going to spend the rest of your life in the penitentiary.
Yeah.
You see the dream it is?
Yeah.
People, like Martin Luther King said, you can't judge the book from the outside. I told people about what they call the university. Here's a good one, everybody should remember. Remember they used to call the hobo? You don't hear that word no more.
No more trains.
No, that wasn't the reason, really. The original hobo, it actually was rich people. That's how I believe. The hobo was runaway people who didn't believe in reality. In other words, you ever see people that believe in diamonds and necklaces and all this kind of stuff? They had money. Okay, they wanted to be escape from reality, and they hopped on the train. This is why you never heard about hobos getting arrested, because the hobo train detective know that this guy was a hobo and left the guy alone. Okay, the guy got plenty of money. The guy got $1 million. Just like Howard Hughes, remember? The guy picked him up in the desert. Howard Hughes, a multi-millionaire walking in the desert, and the guy picked him up and he granted the guy money at the end, because some people ain't materialistic. They got a guy, another Michigan case. They found a homeless man dead, and they checked his clothes. Everybody said he take a newspaper and fill his clothes up to stay warm. They found that was a lie. When they took him in for autopsy, they cut off his clothes, and his clothes were full of nothing but money. He had went to the bank and cashed his check. They had paper checks. He was cashing his check. Instead of going and buying something, he was going to the soup kitchen and taking the money and putting it in his clothes. His coat was like a snowman, and everybody thought that was newspaper. Thousands. That man had, I'm talking about, he had thousands and thousands of dollars all over his clothes because he didn't spend money.
Yeah.
And that was the hobo was doing. The hobo was the sick in the head, and he didn't spend money. He was not materialistic, so he rode trains or slept in alleys and got away from reality.
What's your name, by the way?
I'm Ty.
Ty?
Ty.
It was nice meeting you, Ty. I gotta get a move on though. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah.
You always stay around this area?
A lot of times, because this is a safe place, because I got policemen, I got security,
Yeah.
I got all different kinds of security, I got people watching, but I do get a hit at nighttime by thieves. When the security around, the police come out, they
Sure.
do come by and they'll steal my stuff and all this. I got stuff
Yeah.
all over. Like this in here, one night, I'm laying here and this whole thing with the moving. I said, I know I ain't been drinking.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got up and there was a Spanish guy, he was pulling my car.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do have that problem because really the security don't care because they only care about their
Sure.
merchandise.
Next time I'll look for you next time I got something, okay?
Okay.
All right then, Ty.
Oh, hey,
What's that?
you know this about your shelter program. For me to go in the shelter program, check this out. You gotta get a background check. If you pass that, now you gotta get a blood test, a TB test, which don't serve no purpose in the housing where you coming and going all the time. TB tests and stuff for penitentiaries and stuff because you ain't going in and out. Okay, so that's ridiculous for a shelter to be using TB tests. Okay, that's another way of making money. Okay, another thing, when you go to a shelter, now you gotta play kindergarten rules. Do this, do that, do this, do that. If you look at me cross-eyed, you'll be penalized for this. Okay, so now you're asking a guy to give up his freedom, give up his adulthood, and play like a little child that you can spank every day, or you're gonna keep me out in the snow. That's what the shelter's about. And
Yeah.
this is why you see
I've been
a
in
lot-
the shelter too.
But this is why a lot of guys don't go to shelter because
Yeah.
they don't want to put up with that because you're gonna make one of these guys snap and they're gonna kill somebody. It's like that guy snapped and killed all the guys down in Las Vegas. Everybody talking about gun laws, but ask yourself this way: since the last time you heard of a convict shooting a bunch of people up? Majority of all mass murders in the United States are done by educated people who doesn't have prison record, doesn't have county jail. If you right now go and pull the file of all mass murders in the United States, majority doesn't have criminal record at all. So why are you making laws against the criminal for a gun and knowing that the person using the gun never have a criminal record? Same with the idea you got police running background checks and shit that don't even benefit the crime. If you real check and found out that I was in the military. Oh, now you got your gun out now. Now you're military man, huh? What they got to do with the crime?
Yeah.
What do they got to do with the crime that I've been to jail 50 times? What they got to do with this particular crime right now? That's why years ago they didn't even allow police to do that.
Yeah.
He's not a doctor. He's not a psychiatrist. He's not even a counselor. Police don't have any access to that. You see me do a crime, arrest me. If I attack you, kill me. That's what the police is supposed to do. He's a law enforcement officer, not a doctor.
Yeah. All right then, Ty. All right. Okay. All right. So, let me go back. I'm sorry I missed all your guys' comments. I was looking at them and talking to them. So I'm gonna go way back up. Wow, there's a big message. So I'm scrolling up for, if anybody who's new to the chat, I am trying to read everything that you guys said, that you guys wrote. Wow, you guys were talking to each other. Okay, hi Sting. What is this? Wow, you guys were having your own. She liked to get pregnant. You guys were having your own conversation here. Maybe it's a lost. I'm just gonna read the big message then. Okay, hello, Kat. Let's see. All right, let me see. Sting, you were saying a lot of stuff here. Buffalo is sheer shit. My grandpa, Dutch, 1992. He wanted to go to the USA. He died before he could, so I went in his place. Oh, that's lovely. He wanted to go to Buffalo. Wow, what a warm welcome. Buffalo, and I heard Buffalo is incredibly cold. Okay, Americans are awesome. Like it's candy. Well, we all got bad politics. Okay, I was fortunate enough to travel while young. I learned at a young age we are all the same. We all want nice friends, good food, and warm bed. We all laugh. Spanish say, ha 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 ha. Russians say, za 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 za. Koreans say, I don't know what that is. Brazilians, Europeans and Americans and Europe, ha 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 ha. Just don't be fooled by language borders. We're all humans. We're all the same. Let's chill and be friends. Sorry for the book. Okay, and I'm gonna scroll through, try to see. I'm not gonna read everything because it's gonna take forever before I get back. This is the loveliest, nicest chat on Twitch. Twitch especially. Twitch can be pretty sketchy. Wandering Flame. What the hell's going on over here? That guy's screaming. Hold on. Alright, he's good. Oh. So it's the woman behind me right there who was screaming. Anyhow, so oh, it won't let me zoom out. There we go. Yeah. She screamed after she went around the corner. Gerardo, hello. I saw you say hello while I was in the middle of the conversation. Oh, okay. You guys would say Ty for non. Okay, Ty's a lovely fellow. Give him a $5 for all this talk. I don't give money to the homeless. That money goes to drugs, invariably. It's filled with facts. A lot of the stuff he was saying was true, believe it or not. I mean, not necessarily the politics stuff, but the stuff about homelessness being an industry where people are making money, 100% on the money. I think if no one was making money, I think there would magically a lot of this bumbling about would be improved. I think the reason why you have beds open that nobody's going into, and people saying, "Hey, we need more money for beds." It's people are profiting. No one is as incompetent as they are appearing to be right now. There's obviously people making money. Okay. These guys, all they got is verbal power, and they own it, and you hear them out. They got nice stories. Okay. Lee should interview tourists to get an honest opinion of what they think of SF. I don't think the city will do anything about the homelessness unless tourists stop coming. I actually think I should do that as well. Can we get 7 feet of snow? Okay. Well, that's scary. Okay, I'm getting towards the scream. Yeah. Scary. Be careful, Lee. Don't worry. I watched a YouTube video titled Frosted Glass Street Life in Western Soma. I recommend for you. It's interesting. I'll try to remember that. Oh wait, you are homeless? I was homeless, Infinity. What happened, BBL?